We live?
We are live.
Let's slap a number on it then.
This, I believe, is episode 238.
Yes. Can you get a shot of that? 108?
108.
Oh, that's nonsense. Here's our IQ.
Where's the rain?
The rain is,
Just a little bit, just...
yeah. Well, yeah, maybe we just keep talking about it. Yeah, but we are in sunny Hunts Vegas. We are on our way to College Station. We are celebrating 18 years of O'Bannon's Tap House. Did you know that Blaggards has a birthday as well, which we did not celebrate last month of July?
That's right.
Yeah, so we are officially 19 years old. We're celebrating tonight, though. So sorry you missed it. We're going to go celebrate with Steph and Chris Steele in College Station. Now, Turbo, you're still the 1-year-old Slaggard. You're still the baby. Can you, I hate to put you on the spot, but it's what I do.
Yeah.
Can you tell me what makes O'Bannon's so special? Just on the few times you played there. What have you played there? 10 times?
10 times? Yeah.
Round it up.
Round it up.
All right. So what would you say? What's the first thing that you notice about that place?
Consistent.
Consistent meaning?
The experience is always fun. I
Yeah.
think that, good staff, good beer, good environment. I think it's the overall environment. Good music. It's fun. I mean, it's consistent. You go there, it's not... I don't like going into places that are wild cards where you're like, man,
Yeah.
is the night going to be good or bad? You just don't know. It's always good. It's it's just a fun place.
Yeah, that's a good... Chad, what's your old man... You want me to hold it for you?
What?
She said, give me your take on O'Bannon. You played there more than just about anybody.
Well,
What's your take?
similar to Fido.
What's Fido?
Fido, the dead pub that no longer exists. Fido and O'Bannon share one thing in common, is that they have a lot of foot traffic. O'Bannon's is right smack dab in the middle of Northgate, which is a very active, nightlife area. A lot of bars and restaurants are there. And it's right next to campus, so you get a lot of traffic from students that live in the area. So that, I think, has helped. In addition to the fact that O'Bannon's is the greatest pub in that area, and I think it's quite possibly the greatest Irish pub in Texas.
Shots fired, Eamon. Shots fired.
So it's just a great place. You add that to the fact that you get a lot of foot traffic, and people can see us from the street. They can hear us as they're walking past, and that has done a lot. Just on top of word of mouth and the popularity of the pub itself, that's done a lot to keep that place brimming. Like Turbo says, it's consistent. We always have good nights there. Perfect location, perfect staff, perfect ambience, and all that.
You're exactly right. I would say that where I begin and end on that is Chris Steele, Stephanie Steele, obviously built it to resemble an Irish pub. And they did the Irish pub and they nailed it. And then they went to the staff and they treated the staff as well as you can treat the staff. And which means that their return was the punters get treated well, and so it's just like you said, ambiance, they nailed it on the decor, they nailed it on the, they've got the off the gun fish, the post office booths in there, and they've got, so you can escape. They've got couches in the corner, they got the deck out the back, and then just doing the Paddy's Day, no cover charge for a Paddy's Day. To me, that nails, it exterminates every competition, within 100 miles of there. Why? Because a lot of places just charge a cover and then you walk in and there's Irish music playing, the soundtrack to the Quiet Man or something awful, and they didn't do that. They targeted the young people, much like our friend R. Kelly, and they just decided that they were going to go for that crowd, and they nailed it. Of course they can't. You can't go anywhere else with the crowd when you're pretty much on college campus, So yeah, hats off, and happy birthday! Many more years.
Yeah. The cover thing is funny to me, because it's like, why would you want to take money away from the bar? You take money out of people's pockets for drink money. I don't know.
Yeah. Colleges are notorious for not wanting to pay a cover charge, and again, when you're a student, you're definitely not rolling in cash, of course, unless you're Chad Smalling. But Chad Bezos Smalling. but you know, they really they drink well, they act well, and they you know, that's why we're so excited about it.
Yeah.
And 18 years is a hell sight better than a lot of these pubs that we played at. And you know, and Chris and his first partner, they came to see us in Austin. I believe it was that awful Austin Celtic Festival.
Oh.
I think that's where they saw us.
But saw them for that too.
Yeah, but they I think they saw us there, and I was just horrified because we didn't really. I didn't think it was a good representation of Blaggards' performance when we played there, because it's one of those places where we want Irish rock, but we want you to do Irish rock the standard way, you know, the
like a folk way, or
no, just what they perceive Irish rock is. Songs about the pub and songs about everything sounds like Whiskey in the Jar, you know, sped up or slowed down or played backwards, or, you know, it's just everything is it's just we're going to the pub, we're going drinking, and we don't do that. We do there's definitely mention of the pub, always mention of alcohol, but we just I don't even know if it was I don't think it was a conscious decision when Blaggards formed that we decided we weren't going to. I just didn't want to be another Pogues style band. Love the Pogues, and they're trailblazers in their own right, but I didn't want to do that, and I didn't want to have the drink and a pint on a Friday. It's not my, you know. I want a beat. I especially want people, if they come in and hear us for the first time, to go, oh shit, we're gonna hear this shit all night. No, we're out of here. Or, hey, that didn't sound anything like the last song, so let's do, you know, that was my conscience. When I first wanted to form Blaggards, in the back of my head, that's what I always had in mind. So, anyway.
I got something else about Blaggards.
I think,
you know, at 18 years, I think pubs, businesses, they can start to idle, right? It's just, we're going to do the bare minimum to go, and that's not O'Bannon's. It's like, it seems like they're always trying to keep making sure that everybody there has an awesome time, comes back, and that's what I talk about consistency. It's not in this mode, you know? Right. It's like, you go into pubs that you've known for so long, and you're like, man, are they even going to change this light bulb? Like, it's like they're going to do the bare minimum, and they don't. That's not O'Bannon's, an opposite.
Yeah. A lot of that is Chris. I mean, I can say 99% of it is him, because not only does he love beer, he is a brewer. He owns his own brewery, but he's not just pushing his own beers. He's very, very passionate and a big fan of a lot of other breweries. Everybody has a lot of space at his tap list, or his, you know, the huge line of taps he has is constantly having new things brought in and out. And so people who go there for the beer are just they're never disappointed. There's always something new coming, something new in the works, and that's kind of essential. And that was his business model from the get-go, long before he even started brewing his own beer.
Yeah, we've had him on the show many times, and I had lunch with Eamon Finnerty of Molly's Pubs. He and his partner Mike Daly have 20 pubs in and around the Houston area.
That's crazy.
And talking to Eamon about his schedule and the process that he uses to run 20 pubs, it's mind-boggling. His day is, essentially like I would imagine, you know, if you're Pope or something, you know, you had all those lies to spread. I mean, you know, things to do, you know. So,
did you say Pope?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, he's but you know, he is the patron saint of alcohol in Houston and Chris College Station, and we do have some news as well. Yeah, we booked another show people have been asking us for a long time to come back to the Round Rock area. Well, so it shall be done. We're going to be at Cork and Barrel on September 17th. Sunday. And I mentioned Boondoggles as well, and Kima we're going to do there as well. And it looks like we're going to attempt at least to do a monthly thing at Boondoggles, which I'm very excited about.
Yeah.
Just thrilled that I moved 3 hours away. So good move. But no, it's we had just an amazing time there last time, and they are. And that is another real pub. 25 years they've been open. Eamon, I mentioned as well, from Molly's. Eamon and Mike, they've been going for 30 years-ish. So these are real pubs. These are not, that hang the neon shamrock outside and say, oh, it's an Irish bar now, and they're playing that country rap bullshit inside, and, play what you want. I'm just saying, hang a shamrock, got a pub. No.
Yeah.
These people, they did it right, and they're treated, the regulars are treated like regulars. That's my...
Yeah.
They're not serving Guinness in a plastic cup.
Ooh, card us in.
Yeah. A buddy of mine, I'm not going to say the name of the place.
Do it.
No.
Do it.
No, but a buddy of mine, when I said, when he
Don't
found out we were playing in Havasu, he goes, wait, you're not playing at this place, right? And I go, why? And he goes, we weren't, but I go, why? And he goes, because they serve Guinness in plastic cups. Dude, you're better than that. No. And he was just going off, and I was like,
Yeah.
I was laughing.
Was it River McGee's? No. This was... Was it Bennigan's? I'm just kidding.
No. But I was like, oh my gosh. I just laughed. He goes, he brought it back. He goes, I think you gave me the wrong cup. Or he was telling me, like, he was questioning it, is what you said.
Yeah.
He was questioning it. So I was like, Guinness and plastic cups, that's funny.
Well, when Fido would do that, and again, Bannon's as well, when you have, a couple of thousand people, or many thousand people through the door on Paddy's Day, they're not getting glass.
Well, that's different.
I know, I understand. But I will say too that there's a lot of snobbery that goes on too. Like again, if you're going to an Irish pub and it's Paddy's Day and there's going to be a fence around the place and there's going to be beers, you're not getting glass. And if you do want glass, well, then you go to somewhere, maybe go to a hotel or but do not go to a festival and expect, or a big, that's just how it is. Again, I do not drink. Therefore, I do not know the difference, but real Guinness drinkers will tell you that in a glass, poured correctly, and there's no other way. It's just no other way. So that's
my buddy's that way with this. He's like, nah, he's just...
But you should be. We're the same with coffee. If you get quadruple shot of espresso, and they put it in a paper cup is awful. Styrofoam is completely out of the question. But if you put it in a ceramic cup, which you should put it in a ceramic cup, I am such a snob that I won't go without. I will not go without. But if I'm making it at home, the cup is warm. Sometimes there might even be a lemon peel that you kind of twist, atop the espresso. It's out of this world. It sounds goofy. But it's so good.
Yeah.
Real coffee, ceramic cup, heated ceramic cup. You make it with good water, and you of course great coffee, and that to me is.
Do you think is the ceramic cup important partially just because the flavor is not going to be interrupted?
Exactly. The paper seems to dull the flavor. Sure. Styrofoam seems to
interfere with it.
Completely interfere. And I would even say it obstructs the of course it obstructs the experience, because it's and some of you might notice this, if you ever drink a carbonated drink from a styrofoam cup versus a paper cup, the styrofoam will kind of have that, and the only way I can describe it, I don't know what petroleum tastes like, but don't watch the video. I don't know what petroleum tastes like, but it does have like a very chemical like aftertaste, and I can't explain it, but
like a fountain drink in like a styrofoam cup.
Yeah. In the styrofoam cup, for instance, people in Texas might know Whataburger. It's the big orange and white W that you see on the side of the road every 30 seconds. Yeah. People from California will say In-N-Out. People from Texas will say "fuck you, get out."
Yeah.
But so if you get a soft drink from Whataburger, it always kind of has that nice little heartburn at the end, versus another, fast food restaurant might do a paper cup and it'll be a little smoother. It just wouldn't be good.
I think it tastes different out of a plastic bottle.
Yeah.
Like if you just get like a Dr. Pepper, whatever, flavor out, I'm like, ugh. Like I like it on ice. Just without ice, I'm like, ugh.
There's a lot of debates too about whether beer is better out of bottles or cans. You get people tell you different things.
Yeah. Well, we can ask Chris tonight. We can get back to you on that.
I think he's a can person.
Okay. I've got a question.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Chad, you're going first.
Okay.
Live music or sex? You can only have one.
Live music.
Turbo, same question. Live music.
Oh, man, I don't know.
You better not let Stacy see this.
Yeah, nah.
It's easy answer for me.
Yeah, I'm giving up live music. Sorry,
Yeah.
I haven't lost my virginity yet, but one of these days. I'm just saying.
No, I'm taking Moxie all the way.
You know what?
I'm taking Moxie all the way.
Oh, you changing your answer?
Yeah.
Chad, you got to cut that out.
Yeah.
I'll give you $5. I'll give you $5.
Okay.
All right.
Change.
Keep that part in.
All right. All right.
Chad, I got 10.
All right, keep going. All right. All right. Another question.
Wait, let's clarify. Performing or watching?
Performing.
I'm still going watching. Yeah.
Cut. I'm just gonna get to it. No, I knew the answer.
Yeah,
before I
performing
started.
arts, obviously, yeah.
Yeah, no, fuck good. Yeah,
I'm not giving up my career for anything.
Okay.
I don't care.
Sorry about that, little sheep.
Yep.
Look at this. We got a cool front. Get a shot of that. 108. Boom. Let's open the windows. No, fuck that. Anybody got a song to kill? Do you want me to go first?
Oh.
Yeah, I'm ready.
We talked about on the way up. I go, dude, I'm not prepared. Are we doing this?
Yeah, you are. I'll help you along.
Okay.
Today is what I call low-hanging fruit day. Meaning I'm going to kill some songs that are just, it should just, when they help you guys out here too, in case you're not ready. You don't need to use that.
No, you're good.
Okay.
I want to learn the name of the song because I got one I want to.
He's doing research.
I forget the name of the song because that's just how my brain does, but it's one that I want to resurrect.
Yes. Okay. So the song I'm going to kill, I'm going to kill a bunch of them, but I'm just saying songs like Macarena, songs like Nothing But a Good Time. I heard that today by. Okay, so the first song was "Carry On My Wayward Son" by Kansas. Like them or hate them, that song is one of the most riff-heavy, hook-heavy songs I've ever heard in my entire life. And just the vocal intro at the beginning, we should learn this with Jeff Duncan and with Heidi Riggs. We should learn how to do that. I love that intro. And I just think that it would be, I love it.
Cool.
I just love it. It really is. It's a treat. It's and like I say, it's one of those songs. It might be like Hotel California to some people, but to me, "Carry On My Wayward Son" by Kansas is one of those songs that just, like it or hate it, you got to take your hat off to it. That's a fucking beast of a song.
Yeah.
So my next door neighbor was working on his dock, and he had some radio station where it played Kansas. Then it played "Nothing But a Good Time" by Poison. And if you want to hear the emptiest, most transparent, most fucking watery piece of shit you've ever heard in your life, I mean, that song doesn't go anywhere. And you talk about harmonies, the Kansas opening versus the Poison whole fucking thing. Nothing but a good time. It's like that the little fucking baby raccoon. He could have sang it better and made more sense.
You might have liked it.
Yeah, I could not get my head around. So the contrast, and I was thinking to myself, I said, man, imagine Kansas opening for Poison. And it very well could happen on these, package deals, where you see Journey and Foreigner and Def Leppard and all these just, whatever kind of sticky bubblegum rock they are. That's generous. Pop that any of these bands are. And then that comes on, and those guys come on, and they're obviously proficient in modes and scales and harmonies and, time changes and it just, beyond. So that was my, thank you very much, radio station, for helping me with this. So low-hanging fruit day would be stuff like Nothing But a Good Time by Poison, Girls, Motley Crue, Macarena, Right Said Fred, I'm Too Sexy, just those songs that just eliminate. I'm so glad they made their money on them. I hope they're still got them. I hope their royalties are still pouring in. But I never want to fucking hear them again. I can't stand them.
Is Poison Bret Michaels?
Yes,
Bret Michaels. Can we kill his show? You remember that show he did, Rock of Love?
No.
It was like a TV show where he had like all the girls and he had to find love. Did you see that?
No. Are you making this up?
No.
I think he's making it. Can you check that on
I might be. I think I got hit in the head. But dude, Can we kill the show? Just kill anything Bret Michaels, because man, that was bad.
Well,
I don't know any of his songs. I don't listen to Poison. I didn't listen to Motley Crue. I don't listen to these bands. It's low-hanging fruit, but for me, it's fruit so far away that I'm like.
Well, at this point, this is fruit that's already decomposed.
Yeah, it's
it's so. But back in the day, we didn't have a choice on our ascension to school and our ascension back home in the snow, on foot, barefoot, daily, 7 days a week.
Yeah.
Uphill. We could not. That's what I said. Essentially.
Yeah.
I got you. You can write that down.
Oh yeah, you did. You can skip that.
Sorry. But you can. You couldn't avoid it. You couldn't. It was in every fucking club.
Yeah.
Every time we went out. Every fucking time that you're trying to talk to a woman at a club and you're just.
Because people actually listened to the radio back then, and you would hear it in cars passing you by.
Yeah. Now, in fairness to them, they did get it. They achieved what they wanted to achieve. Motley Crue only wanted to get high and write stupid songs and get laid, and they fucking did all of that. Same thing with Poison. Same thing with most of those bands that did, that style. We all know the story, but in my day, it was impossible to get away from it. Now, I was still going into the thick of it because we would go to Merch Maiden knows these clubs too, because when I was in the years that should have killed me, I'll just leave it at that. I was in Florida, and it was essentially the peak of the 80s. It was the end of the 80s, but it was still the peak of, I'll just say it like this. If you had long hair and you looked like this, it was still okay with the women, with the young ladies. It was just game on. And that's all it was long hair. Okay, I was taller as well.
Have you always had long hair?
Yeah. Yeah, but back in the day, before I've reached 100 and whatever years old, back in the day, it was very pretty. It was very, very, smooth and and I lived on the beach, and so it was very blonde, and it was just, you had your pick. It was insane. That might be a song or an album title, but yeah, The Years That Should Have Killed Me were in Florida, and it was, I remember one time in particular, I had just parked my little Fiat Spider on A1A, and I was going to the beach, and I had shorts and probably some cut-off t-shirt, because I don't change. Billy Joel said, don't do it, so I know I don't. But I'm walking along, and this guy pulls up in a little Miata behind me. Now, Fiat Spider, it's a two-door convertible. Okay. Miata, two-door convertible. No. Unless you're a 5-year-old girl, no. Anyway, pulls up beside me, and he turned. As I turned around, you could just see every regret. Every piece of just disgust and regret and kill me now, and anything that was just morbid and offensive. And I turned around and was thinking to myself, so I got shorts on. I definitely don't have the best legs. I've got great legs maybe if I was a piano or a walking stick, but they're hairy, and I'm definitely taller than, and again, not big shoulders, but bigger than most women.
You look like a dude.
I know, and I was like, what the fuck are you looking? Wait, what are you saying? What are you saying? What are you? And he said,
she's fucking gorgeous.
Yeah.
I wish I was there.
Yeah. That was one of those moments where you got, like, that's when you know that all you have to have is long hair, and that's it. And so
You just made me think of a story. So
Go for it.
We were in Oregon, and it's me, my brother Kurt, and Adam when Pummel was playing.
Pummel, good CD.
And oh, thanks.
You got to put that up there, and the people hear that. Sorry.
He and it was like a place that had like an upstairs,
Yeah.
and then like a basement. And so we got done with our show upstairs, and we were like, well, let's go downstairs. We're here, and so we went down. Well, there was, long hair, center of the room, person dancing. Adam's like, man, I'm gonna go talk to her. And I leaned over to Adam. I'm like, hey, man, that's a dude. And he's like, no. And I'm like, that's a guy. And he's like, no, it's not. And he went over there. And here he comes back. It's his face on the walk back. Like. And I go, what's going on? He goes, it was a guy. The same thing, from a distance.
Yeah.
It's just like, and I don't know if I've ever shared that story. Sorry, Adam, but it was like, my brother was just like this, like shaking his head, like, oh my God. And I was like, Adam, that's like, oh man.
I will say another thing too. We've just been back from Montana.
Yeah.
We've been gone for a while, but we have found out that not only does Young Turbo have many, many stories, but is quite the storyteller.
What?
I'm not even gonna hint at what you told us, but there should be a book. There should be a book.
Yeah.
Because that one, oh my God, some of these stories I'm going, why did you not tell me that the first fucking time we ever met you? Anyway, we're getting off track here. Sorry. Let's go back.
Those stories you told of your early band experience.
Yeah.
Early band life.
Yeah.
Oh, the one I was telling you.
Oh, yeah.
I can't give you everything in year one, Bob.
I know.
You gotta spread it out.
I know.
You know what I mean?
I know.
That's the trick, dude. There's fun times. Stacey, I was telling the story to some of our friends. It was something small and random. Stacey goes, I never knew that. And I go, I can't tell you everything in the first 10 years. I go, dude, what are we going to talk about? Yeah, we got to save something. God. She's like, I don't know if she likes that. I think she was like,
I want the whole book right now.
Yeah, just a word of warning from many, 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 many years to not so many years. I will tell you this. Yeah, your stories sound fun and exciting in here, but once they leave there, they're not very well received. So just keep that in the back of your head.
yeah, no, I got it.
Yeah. So anyway, let me finish the kill and the shine
go
kill, because it's my fault. I've gone way off topic, and much apologies. If this is your first time watching SlapperCast, you are this never happens. This is a first, and it won't happen again. So we're staying on course, staying the track. So I killed a couple of the low-hanging fruit, Macarena and Racha and Girls Girls and Nothing But a Good Time. And but again, and I think I did it again before Kelly Navarro. Good driving right there, kids.
Yeah.
Good driving. Oh, sweet. She flashed her lights at me. Cool. All right. Another one, the aforementioned Kansas. I hate Dust in the Wind, only because it's quite pretty, but it's I've just heard it played too many times at coffee shops, and
It's dirge.
yeah, it's too dirt. It's too sticky for me. It's too so. But I understand the complexity of so the guitar player, which I can't remember his name, for Kansas was a picking exercise that he would do, and his wife thought, man, you need to do something with that. So he wrote Dust in the Wind. That's how that came about. However, the song is not, like I said, it's not awful. It's not Nothing But a Good Time, or
Right.
but it's just, to me, it's one of those ones that's been ruined by mankind, and also the numerous, endless
Ruined by radio.
Yeah, exactly. So that's another kill. So I think going forward, I will try to put a few of these low-hanging fruit selections in there just to kill quickly. And then to shine the light, I'm going to go, again, Rory Gallagher. I'm going to go Laundromat. We talked about this before, and a big hello to our friends in Ireland that caught the clip of us talking about Philby by Rory Gallagher, and they chimed in, and they were, there was a discussion on that. But Rory Gallagher, the older I get, I knew how good he was back in the day. And then the more I play and the more that I perform live and the more that I try to write songs and the more that I try to be a frontman and I realize more and more how far away I'm going. I'm drifting from Rory Gallagher. He was just not only the consummate professional entertainer, I mean, very shy, very soft-spoken, but put a guitar on him, plug it in, and just watch him go. There's no words. There's no words because he's that good. He's that good. I always said that David Lee Roth is the best frontman in rock and roll of all time, hands down, no question. End of story. That's you can't debate it amongst yourselves. I will not be moved. You can't do it. Rory Gallagher, though, completely different kind of frontman.
Mm-hmm.
And yet you can't take your fucking eyes off him.
Yeah.
And Gerry McAvoy, oh my God, that guy.
Yeah.
If you want to play bass, boys and girls, if you want to be the best there is, Steve Harris, Gerry McAvoy, watch how they play. Watch how they connect with the band and how there is no daylight between them and the groove.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean that in the best possible way.
Yep.
There's no... sorry, and I'm going way fucking off. I haven't even had coffee today.
Maybe that's it. Do you like Pete's coffee?
Yes, I do. Very much so.
We just got some of that. Stacy asked me that.
And do you know that
I had it this morning.
Hobby Airport,
Yeah, it's
I've got the best Pete's coffee I've ever had.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Hobby Airport.
There was one right by our house when I lived in Washington State,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, this is good.
Great coffee.
Yeah.
Yes, Blaggards approved Pete's coffee.
What about Black Rifle?
I've had it and I have not been impressed. So maybe I'm missing something, but I've contacted them about doing a
Deal?
Oh, that's right.
and
That's
they didn't have the people in place. So I may change my mind. I did try some, and it wasn't exactly.
A couple different kinds.
Yes. So I've only tried one or two. So I'll get back to you on that.
Yeah. Moxie messaged me the other day and said, "We got these. We're gonna get different kinds. Which ones you want?" So
Okay.
Cool.
Pete's.
Okay. Okay. So that's my shine. Who's next? Who's killing? Who's shining the light?
You still thinking terms?
Oh, I'll shine a light first.
All right.
It's funny. I was gonna do two different songs this time.
Do
Shine a light, but I'll start with the first one. I saw a thing online where it said, "Oh, remember back in the day when Pennywise had a song in the top 40?" I was like, "They did? No way!" And so I looked it up, and excuse my language, but they had a song called "F Authority," and it was in the top 40 back when it came out, and I couldn't believe Frick Authority. Yeah, it's Frick. Yeah, it's Frack. But and I've always been a huge fan of this band, and I think my favorite thing about the band is they just, man, it's just balls to walls the whole time. Like they just don't let up, and I love that. And but I remember when their singer left for a while in that band, and this band called Ignite, the singer from Ignite joined them, and they did an album, and I liked it when he sung the band, but I was so happy when the original singer came back and joined the band. So anyway, that's my song. So it's called F Authority, and I think the name of the album is called Drive or Forward or something.
Okay.
It's the red album with the steering wheel on the cover.
All right. What's the kill?
The kill, I don't know. That's why I'm like, dude, I hate killing songs.
All right.
What
about like let me help you.
What's that?
Eric Clapton. Yeah.
What's Eric Clapton?
Exactly. It's a kill
Yeah.
song.
What? I don't even know the names of the songs. That's the thing, is I got to remember all the names. That's where I get hung up. Where I'm like,
Wonderful Tonight.
Wonderful Tonight?
Yeah, you hate it. You hate it.
I hate that song.
Yeah. Let's kill it.
My life would be so much better if I'd never heard that song.
Yes.
There was a moment when I woke up and said, man, my life just went down because
Yeah.
I heard that song.
Yeah.
Every time that song's played, it's just like I'm losing value in life.
Love it.
That's my song I'm killing.
Do it. Done deal. Smalley, you're up.
I enjoyed that.
Okay.
Here to help.
So this is kind of a current events thing.
Uh-oh.
Stop Making Sense, which is the movie that changed my life when I was 16 years old. Whole reason I'm sitting here in this man right now. That movie has been remixed and remastered again. They did it in 1999. And the thing that was a shame about that, for me, was that the original theatrical mix, the original version of that movie, was never on DVD. So by the time DVD and Blu-rays were a thing, that movie was out of print. So, and the thing is with mixes, I don't mind a good remix as long as the original version is still available. And you can't find the version that we all grew up with in the 80s of this movie and that album. You can't get it anymore. It's probably easier to find the CD. And this movie, the thing that annoys me, this movie has a long history of being mangled in audio releases. There were pluses and minuses. Like the original LP was a single LP. They only decided to only put 9 songs. Just like, I forget, like 14, 15 songs in the movie. The original release only had 9 songs. So if you bought the original LP, like as I did when I was a teenager, all the songs are cut down. Most of them anyway are cut down to fit the LP. Which I know LPs are a limited format. There's only so much you can fit on there, as we well know from our experience with Blagmatic. But the cool thing was at the time, there was a cassette release and there was a CD release. The cassette and the CD had the full versions of those 9 songs. So that was like, okay, I can deal with that. But now, just now, last couple weeks ago, they came out with this new mix of Some Making Sense that was released on LP and streaming. No word of a CD release at this point. Streaming, there's no time limit for streaming. They put the same. They had, obviously, even with a double LP set, they still had to cut the songs down. But with streaming, you think, well, maybe they'll give us the whole songs on streaming. No, it's the same edits on the streaming as it is for LP, and I'm still furious about this. So they haven't announced an actual CD release of this yet, and I'm assuming it's going to come out on Blu-ray. So this one saving grace is that when the Blu-ray comes out, I can get the audio off of the new theatrical version of the movie, the new actual cut of the movie. But I'm like, I've never understood why Talking Heads, they've never treated this audio, this soundtrack, with the same amount of respect they do with their albums, their studio albums. You know, they're not going to put out a new version of Speaking in Tongues and shorten the songs to fit more songs on. You know, that's just, I don't know. What are you guys doing? The Beatles are in the process of remixing their entire catalog now. They're offered as alternatives to the original. You go on Apple Music now, you've got 2 versions of Sgt. Pepper. There's the remix and there's the old version. That's fine. But it's like, don't take away the stuff that I love, that I grew up with, you know, because a lot of people don't notice the differences. I do. And it's like really minor differences. Like they shorten the song by this many seconds and I can't enjoy it. I can't listen to it. So I'm killing the new version of Some Making Sense. And I'm going to shine a light on, this is going to take, not easy to find, but go and listen to the original album, the original CD release of Some Making Sense. It doesn't have all the songs on it, but at least they're complete versions of those 9 songs. And they sound great. They're really punchy and fat. And there's the drum sample. The snare has a big fat snare sample on it, which probably drives Chris Friends crazy. But it sounds fucking awesome. So that's my kill and my shine.
Very cool.
Just reminded me of a story around Pennywise. I just thought of it.
So who's Pennywise? Name their most popular song.
I mean, that would be their biggest hit song, I think.
They
got a song.
What is it?
That Fuck Authority.
What?
They got like 10 albums, dude. They got tons of albums.
Okay.
They're just, kind of like I think they're not Huntington Beach. They're from California. I can't remember now where they're from. But
Chad, was one of the songs we were talking about doing early on, a Pennywise song? Who sings the drink?
Oh, no, that was, God, I was trying to remember that song recently, because we were in the Dublin, and I came on their thing, and I said, we used to cover that song. But at that moment, I was trying to remember the name of the band, I still can't think of it.
All right. Anyway, Kelly
we thought it was a Dropkick Murphys song, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
Sorry.
There was somebody sorry about that.
No, you're good, dude. One time I was a senior in English. I was in my English class, and we had this project we had to do, like a poem thing. I can't remember the details of the project, but I completely didn't do it. And I went, oh my God, I didn't get it done. And I told the teacher, I left it in my car. Can I go out and get it? She goes, yeah. I went out to my car with my notebook, and I had the Pennywise CD, I think it was a tape, in my car, and I did the lyrics to that song, one of their songs, and turned it in. And I remember this girl, my light was in my class. We had to read them. And she was like, I didn't know you could do something like that. I was like, I didn't have the heart to tell her, like, I just ripped this whole thing off. Like, it was
Plagiarism.
totally, 100%, and without a doubt. But yeah, no. Anyway, that was just a Pennywise story.
That sounds like a movie. You know, a scene from a movie.
Yeah. They wanted to. She goes, "Can we keep this?" The teacher.
Yeah.
They wanted to like do something with this song, and I was like, "No,
Yeah.
like, nope. I need this back."
Yeah.
Like,
Very cool. You ever done anything like that, Chad?
Like once, I'm still trying to remember the band name.
Oh, okay. Well, I tell you what, we got to wrap up because we've now successfully spoken for the whole trip from Hunts Vegas to College Station. So why don't we do this? Oh, wait,
Bucko 9. Sorry.
Bucko, that's right.
It's another,
Why
it's
that?
another,
Bucko 9,
money, another money term.
they just played with Mad Caddies.
Why did I think that was a Pennywise song?
Well, buck, penny.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there are a lot of dates added, and like I said, we're back in the Round Rock area, back in the Kemah area, back in Houston, and you just need you need to get the finger out, go see a show. Very exciting things happening for 24. We are working on some really, really cool areas to come and play, and some places that you wouldn't expect to see us. We will be there. So
Yeah.
Oh, and also Sherwood next week as well.
Yeah, that's right.
One of the favorites.
Yeah.
So please drink a lot of water. It's back up to 109 again. So lose the jacket. Heidi, put the jackets away. We don't need. She can't hear me. Anyway. We are just please take care of yourselves. Thank you all for listening. And you probably know this, but the kids say if you hit the like thing or you comment on it, it helps us out tremendously.
Yeah.
So why don't you do that? But you just we're so grateful to you for listening and watching and sharing and all that stuff. Tell your friends, and thank you Patreon, and again thank you Jill and Jay and Kyle and Kate in Nebraska. We miss you, and we're not done with you yet. So
That's right. All right, y'all.
See ya.
See ya.
cheers.